You may have heard people say, exercise gives me energy. And you've also heard people say, I don't have the energy to exercise. Let's break down what people actually mean, which statement is accurate, and give you a little science lesson so you can understand what the first law means. When someone says that they don't have the energy to exercise, they might really mean it. But that doesn't mean that their body doesn't contain the energy necessary to work out. It might feel real to them, but they have tons of energy in their body that they could use to exercise. This energy is being stored in the form of potential energy in the carbohydrates, the fat, and the protein from the food that you ate. The carbs are being stored as glycogen in your muscles and in your liver, protein as your muscles, and fat around your midsection, and in your muscles as well. So when someone says they don't have the energy to exercise, what they really mean is they might not have the know-how, the motivation, or the ability to work out or get started. But they do have all the energy they need inside of them to fuel them for many workouts ahead. Now, let's look at the other side of it. When someone says exercise gives them energy, this is actually correct. Your body has all of this energy stored in different forms. When you exercise, molecules of carbohydrates break their chemical bonds and release ATP as our energy source for the first 10 to 15 seconds. The ATP breaks down, creating more energy units with every contraction of your muscle. And with some creatine in the muscle, it'll recycle itself to do the chemical reaction again, creating more units of energy. If you stick with it for more than 15 seconds, up to 90 seconds, your body will use the glycolytic pathway and start to use the stored glycogen for energy. After the 90 seconds, you start to get in that endurance zone and you use a third energy transfer system. It's called the oxidative phosphorylation pathway that uses water and oxygen to keep producing ATP for use. So even as you work out for a long period of time, your body is taking the food that you have stored and converting it to the usable energy so that you can keep on doing whatever you are doing. So when someone says that they don't have the energy to work out, what they really mean is that they've got a lot of potential energy stored in their body. They're just not using it for exercise. They're storing it for later. And when someone says that exercise gives you energy, they mean that the more movement you do, the more you will be able to do. The first law of the thermodynamics, or energy conservation, states that energy can't be created or destroyed. It just changes in form. This example provides you with the concept of that pretty simply. The sun shines down on the earth and the plants. The plants turn that energy into carbohydrates. Animals eat those carbohydrates. We eat those plants and those animals. We're able to use that energy to move our muscles. We transfer that energy then back into the environment with our sweat, our heat, and whatever comes out the other end. So you can see how energy transfers from heat on one end from the sun all the way to heat on the other end after we have used the energy. This example also demonstrates Newton's first law of motion. The first law of motion is that an object at rest stays at rest, while an object in motion stays in motion and in a straight line until another force acts upon it. The example that we're talking about clearly shows you how a person who isn't exercising and isn't in motion isn't going to get in motion until a strong force gets them going. That could be as simple as calling a personal trainer right now, or taking yourself to the gym every morning at the same time and putting in your 30 minutes of working out before going to work. On the other side, a person with a routine of showing up every day or even 2 or 3 times a week can continuously do that until some other force derails them, like getting sick or going on vacation. That's why I'm a fan of still working out lately, even when I'm not feeling 100% or while I'm going on vacation. You can use these 2 first laws of the universe to your advantage. So take my advice, get out there, get moving, and do your best.